Would you be okay with your mother-in-law posting fake AI generated photos of your children online of moments that never happened? Because that's where I think this story is headed. Leah was sitting at home just scrolling Facebook when she happened upon an image of her and her husband sitting at her in-laws' house watching a game. They're in matching jerseys. It looks like a really cute photo, except for the fact that that moment never happened. So she kind of got really weirded out. She showed her husband. She's like, "What do you think?" And he was very weirded out. He's like, "I'm calling my mom right now." So he calls his mom and he was like, "Hey, mom, I really need you to take down that fake photo that you made of our family. It just weirds me out. And in the future, don't make photos of us that are fake, like that don't capture moments that didn't actually happen," kind of thing. And you would think once this mom heard from her adult son saying, "Weird, don't do that," she'd be like, "Oh, no problem. Yeah, I was just having fun. I didn't think it was a big deal." She would take it down. Not Leah's mother-in-law. She doubled down. She got really mad. And instead of talking directly to her son, the one who called and told her it was weird and it made him uncomfortable, she attacked Leah. She's like, "Your wife is too sensitive. She has to get over this," because this isn't the first time they've had to have talks with her about posting everything to her community on Facebook. So she doubled down, got really offended, and ended up unfollowing and blocking all of Leah's family and close friends so that they can't see her content and she can post whatever she wants. And at first I was like, okay, this feels really weird. I don't really know what to think about this. Like, so much is changing in our world right now. But then I'm like, wait a minute. What's going to happen when they have kids? What's going to happen when they're like, "We're not going to send you any photos anymore because you won't follow the boundary of not posting our children on social media." So they stop doing that, but she just needs one photo to then start creating her own content and putting out fake images of her future grandchildren. What happens then, and what are your thoughts on that? And then my thoughts went even deeper. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Okay, are more grandparents doing this than I realize? And what about the estranged families? What about the grandparents who want to pretend like nothing's wrong, like everything's fine, and they want to appear like we're still a whole family online? Are they doing this? Because I can tell you, when we were estranged from Ryan's family, if this technology existed then and my mother-in-law was posting fake AI generated photos of our children online, of events, moments that never happened, just to pretend like we were all fine, I would have had a big problem with it. So I wanted to talk with you about it, see if this is a problem, not a problem. Am I overreacting? Am I just having too much like deep thinking on a 4th of July weekend when I'm like watching the clouds? But before I sign off, I just want to say, with the mother-in-law's reaction to, rather than saying, "Oh, I hear your feelings, I can see you're uncomfortable with this, no problem, I'll take it down," with her inability to kind of see their perspective, and her reaction was to basically block anyone that could tattletale on her, I would wonder, okay, do you have an emotional brain much younger than you appear? So maybe she has some emotional immaturity going on. And if that's the case, she might be looking at this much simpler. She might just be thinking, if I don't think it's a big deal, it's not a big deal. And she might not believe she's doing anything wrong or offensive to make anyone uncomfortable. She's just thinking, you guys are being weird. You're really, you're making a big deal about this. Like, you're the weird ones, not me. If that were the case, and let's say this was my mother-in-law, the way I would approach this or go back and talk to her about it, and let's just say it's me, it's not my husband, I'll just say it's me. I would go to my husband or to my mother-in-law, and I would use the clear formula. I would make sure I attach with her first, because obviously her Facebook community means a lot to her, because they have gone through this before where she's just posting stuff about them and they don't like it and she doesn't care, right? I would know that her Facebook community is very, very important. So something I would say to her using the clear formula would be, "Sandra, I just have to say, it is so fun following you on Facebook and just seeing how transparent you are with your community. You keep them up to date on everything, and I admire that. I wish I was like that a little bit more, but I am just a really private person. So I just have to let you know that in order for me to keep sending you photos like in the moment so you stay up to date on what's happening with your son and I, and like hopefully when we have kids someday, I want to make sure you're always in the loop and really included. I just have to know that our photos just stay between you and me." So you see what I did there? I kind of self-deprecated a little bit. I'm almost like, I'm the weird one. Like I'm just a little bit more private, but I did that after I attached to her, after I made her feel safe. Like, I'm not coming for you. I think it's amazing what you do and how you share with your community. So I make her feel good. Then I state my limit, and then I frame it like, if you want to respect this request, this is how it will benefit you, especially down the road where you will be the first one we reach out to or send photos or forward photos onto with our kids, as long as we can have this agreement. So hopefully this helps. Like, if anyone is going through something like this, that is the kind of script I would use.